everybody, Brandy back from Stamp Me Some Love, and thank you all for joining us this evening. Looks like we've got people already on. That is so awesome. So before we get started, I do want to do another giveaway. I've got Heather backstage. She's ready, and we are going to get ready, and she's going to show you some really cool stuff to do with some Pinkfresh Studio stamps and supplies. But before we do that, we're going to give another giveaway. All right. So I'm just going to cut that there. All right. We are going to give away another... Oh, my green screen. It's the bane of my existence. All right, there we go. We can see the colors better. We're going to do another giveaway. This one is going to be from Ulta New, and it is the 24 half pan watercolor set. And isn't that beautiful? And I love that. You can use these little wells for your mixing and stuff. Really pretty. All right, we're going to do that giveaway. And let's see here. That one is going to go to Tara, and that's T-A-R-A. Last name starts with an A and ends with an N. So Tara, you are the winner of our Ulta New half pan, 24 half pan. All right, let's put that to the side. And let's get Heather on. Hello, Heather.
Hi. Hi there.
Good to have you on board. This is Heather Hoffman from Pinkfresh Studios, and she is so excited to share you all with some really cool, crafty card techniques tonight.
Yeah. So I'm probably going to jump in here pretty quick because I know we have a quick half hour. So I'll move down to my desk here in a minute, but really quickly, as Brandy just said, my name is Heather Hoffman. I'm the creative director with Pinkfresh Studio. I've worked here for about a year. I do a lot of design team coordinating and also weekly Facebook Lives along with my partner, Crime Leah. She also does weekly YouTube Lives. So you can always catch us over there. Hi, Cheryl. I see you there in the chat. She's a friend of ours who watches those a lot. So awesome. I'm going to go through a couple of techniques and things for some favorite Pinkfresh items. I'm going to show you our washi stamp die combos, and then also our unique, we've kind of come out just in this year a little earlier with one-piece stamp die stencil combos that are awesome. Kind of fun. So I'm going to show you how quick those are. So I will switch my camera down to my desktop. And
and then when you do that, I'm going to actually take myself off the screen. You'll still be able to hear me. We're going to be monitoring comments. If we see anything that we think maybe we need to answer, I will just sort of pop a little, hey, Heather, in your ear. And then that way you can keep doing what you're doing. But if you want to answer the question, that'd be great.
Perfect. All right. And I'm seeing the comments are going fast, so I'm sure I will be missing a lot of those. Let me know if it looks okay on the screen and everything too.
It looks perfect. I'm going to move my big banner because everybody hates my big banner. All right, there you go.
All right, I'm not actually going to make these cards today. I just wanted to show you just some samples that I've done using, because I'm going to show you how our washi and die combos all work to make these really fun, simple cards. And I also used another one on here. But our little butterflies on there have been so incredibly popular. We've hardly been able to keep those in stock. So these ones are hot foiled and stenciled and just perfect for getting a whole bunch of butterflies to tack on your card. So I'm going to set these aside for now. And I'm going to start here with one of the washi tapes and do a quick little demonstration of how these work. So these come in a full set. This is the beautiful washi that we're going to use. It's all pre-colored. It's based on a wonderful artist in France, and I don't know how to pronounce her name, but they're all printed on our packaging. Valentine, I can say her first name at least. I know I'll make a mess of the rest if I try. It also has gold foiling on there. I don't know if that shows on the screen there. But the coordinating dies, the way these work is there's the stamp set. So if you prefer coloring, watercolor, heat emboss, resist, kind of whatever technique you like to do with stamping, you can use this one-piece stamp. So all of these elements are in one piece. And then there's the coordinating die that works with that. But the coordinating die also works with these beautiful washi tapes. So I'm going to show you how easy these are to use. I get addicted. These come and I just start cutting. And I'm trying to remember now. I believe these rolls, now I can't remember. I was going to write it down. I think they're 9 meters long. And each panel is 4 by 9 inches long. So you can do the math, 9 meters, 9 inches. I think someone did the math. There's 40 something panels on here. So that's
I'm sure somebody in the audience will definitely be doing that math and they will post the answer.
I'm sure they will. Usually that happens in the live when we see. So we made these, we had some previous washi that were 5.5 inches wide, and it was a little hard to get your hands and wrangle. So kind of based on that feedback, with our newer ones, we've redesigned in the 4 inches, so it's a long, thin panel. But you can see it just rolls out. Beautiful and nice, super easy to use. And I'm going to do this on white cardstock. A lot of people ask to use it as washi, how you can do that. And there's a few different ways. You can do it. Hold on, I got to find my scissors. There they are, tucked behind my computer. You can do this on parchment or butcher paper. And then when you die cut, ooh, I'm making a mess of that, with the coordinating dies, then you can peel it off of that and then place it wherever you want on your card. It's also beautiful if you layer it on vellum. I've done that a lot because the vellum is translucent as well.
I bet that is pretty.
And then you still get that effect. And you know what? I totally placed that crooked there. I was lining up the side, but you can see I can still peel it off. But once it goes, especially through the die cut machine, is really where I notice it really gets a good hold and you don't have to worry about it slipping. So I like that it's kind of adjustable if you mess up like I just did there, and it gives you a little time to fix it. And then you can just kind of press it firmly in place. And you can already see that panel is all there and finished and ready. So I'm going to grab my die cut machine, and I'm using a Spellbinder's Platinum machine. Let me slide that out of the way for a minute. If you don't have an extended plate, I'm going to show you how easy this is to do, because these dies are, I think they work in a Gemini. I didn't want to tug that over to my desk tonight, but in Spellbinders, they're just slightly too long, but that's really, really easy to work with. So I'm going to show you what I mean here in just a second. But let's go ahead and line up. Can you just see already how that one pass through the die cut machine, and you're going to have all of these pieces so quick and so easy. I like to hold it in place. This is Scotch Delicate Surface Tape. Any removable tape, I like to use one a little sturdier for this because the surface of the washi is a little slippery. So I want to make sure I have a really good hold. But it's not that hard to get it on there. Okay, so here is what I like to do to quickly do this. I like to pick the biggest piece right at the top there, and I put it on there, and I just put it in my machine enough to get that first, I don't know, inch or so, and then pull it out and adjust that forward so it's all the way on the bottom. And now we can put our top plate on and finish running it through, and it's all going to be, ooh, sorry for my squeaky. I need to oil my handle on this machine. I think every live I go.
That's a great tip.
Okay, I'm just going to slide this off out of the way and move my die cut machine for now. And then, I mean, they're all just falling out. And all of these are ready to go, just like that.
Wow.
Got the wreath and all the little pieces. And again, they have that beautiful gold foil. So this is what I used mostly on this card. And I kind of just tucked different elements. I'll show you what else I used on this sample. I also used our blanket stitched ovals. Mm-hmm. These are really fun. I've got some extra cuts in the back. What I love about these is they cut the positive and the negative. So you have a window with that fun stitching, but you also have the layers of the ovals there.
Yes.
So a simple die cut, and then all of these washi pieces. I think these would be really fun for like thank you notes or something where you need to make in bulk.
Right.
And you don't want to spend all the time coloring, or you don't like
Yes.
coloring maybe, then you have that option. But I also love that if you're going to invest in the dies, there's a stamp set to go with it. So, you know, if you use up the washi and don't want to buy the same washi again, you've got the stamp set to still use with it too. So, all right. And this is one of our most recently released. And then we have two others that were part of this release. I'm just going to quickly show you these. This one right here is the Blossoms and Berries. And I was a little partial to it because I'm kind of a strawberry girl. So I was pretty excited about that one. We also have the Hydrangea and Rose, which is this one right here. And here's all the fun little pieces and elements from that. So again, oh, there was another one tucked under there. Huh? And one more that I missed in the bag. Those little bitty roses are super fun.
That's a great idea to store all of those in those clear cellophane envelopes.
Yes, I like doing that. And then I can keep the extras because sometimes you use some of them and not others, and you have them all ready to go. Yep. These are just my, I use these all the time, my card sleeves that I store my finished cards in. And then the Lemons and Blueberries. This one does not have gold foiling. So another fun thing, we have a video on our YouTube channel, one of our design team members, heat embossed with silver over the top of the washi.
Oh my.
Emboss in the washi, you just use your powder tool really generously.
Yes.
It's definitely your friend because that powder will stick to everything. But I kind of like that.
I would have thought that it would have melted the washi tape, but I guess it does not.
No, and there's a lot of tricks on that video. So you definitely want to be careful, not get your heat gun too close, keep it moving, you know, don't just settle in one spot. But surprisingly enough, it does beautiful. So,
but that, you know, not staying in one place is really true to any kind of embossing. You don't want
this is true.
Yeah, you don't want to overheat the powder. You don't want to overheat the card. Yeah, for sure.
Exactly. It takes a lot to cook it on a card, but I have done that before.
Yep. And then you know, go ahead.
Oh, no, go ahead. I'm cleaning up.
I was just going to say that I've done that where I've cooked it too long. And so then I put the heat on the other opposite side of the card to kind of even out the warping of the paper. But then I just discovered I can just run it through a laminator and then it kind of flattens out.
Yep. Or set it under something heavy, or, you know, there's all the other. Okay. All right. So I'm going to move on here. I'm going to show you. So we have several of these sets that we've started coming out with like I showed you with the washi, where it's a one piece. There's a lot of florals and some different elements like this, but these butterflies have been really fun and popular. It's a one piece stamp set and a one piece die that coordinates with it.
Okay.
Backwards. And then there's also a one piece hot foil plate. So you can hot foil or stamp and cut them out. And I'm going to show you all the ways to do these. And then we have our fun layering stencils. And they can be used with the stamp, with the hot foil, or completely on their own. And I'm going to show you that today. And then I have some pre-done with all of the other options as well.
Nice.
So you can kind of see how they all work together. What's really fun about these layering stencils, I'm hoping it'll show, I'm going to kind of tip them around. They're all numbered in order. There's a great sample on the back. Oh, here it is. That kind of shows kind of a layering sample so you can see how it works. And then there's these little notches in all four corners. And what those are designed for is an A2 card panel. You can perfectly line up those notches. And as long as you line everyone up the same, all of your layers are going to be perfectly lined up. So I'm going to show you. And you can, on these ones, you can mix and match colors. I kind of thought it would be fun just to do them all in monochromatic colors. So I pulled out, I'm kind of a little partial to aquas, and I thought that would be really pretty on these.
Yes, I think so too.
All right. So there's a few different ways to do these. Leah, when she does her lives, she usually tapes her paper down to her desk and then tapes the stencil over the top. My preference, I like to grab some inexpensive Post-it tape, and I like to put it on the top and bottom of the back of that A2 card panel. And then I can line up those corners. It's a little hard, I know, to see on camera, but you can see those notches in person. And we've had a few customers suggest if you have a hard time seeing the notches or the name of the stencil, you can swipe a little nail polish over it and then wipe off the excess, and it'll stick because it's etched on there.
Yes.
So that's a good way to kind of help it show up a little better if that helps you out. But I just always make sure the 4 corners are lined up and that the stencil number is up in the same corner and the Pinkfresh Studio copyright is down in the bottom. That way you'll always have them lined up. We've had people do them upside down, which if you do them upside down and all in a row, it'll still work. It just won't work with the dies unless you get a little more creative. So
I have a little disclosure or confession to make, Heather. You guys sent me the Reason to Smile wreath.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and I'll show you the card as soon as you're done. But yeah. I didn't actually see the numbers, and it wasn't until I was completely finished that I realized I actually did it in the wrong order.
Got
it. It still looks okay.
Yeah. Well, and one trick that I know I'd heard someone suggest when they did that, they lined up their dies from the back, like on a window or a light box, and you can still die cut them, just reversed. So
gotcha.
It's still possible if you want to use the die cuts, but if you're not, then it doesn't matter anyway. And it's kind of fun to have the option of that mirror image. The main thing is just, as long as you do them all the same way, it works. If you switch them back and forth, it's not going to line up. Okay. I like to use blending brushes, and I have a glass mat. So I kind of just get a little bit of the ink off of my brush before I run it over my stencil, just because it helps kind of keep from a heavy ink blob or anything like that. It just keeps your ink blending a little smoother if you get a little bit of the ink off. I find that
doing ink blending on a glass surface, it does help a lot, because then you can actually go back and use some of the leftover ink that you have, kind of
exactly.
put off.
It's nice not to waste that.
Right.
Before I got my glass mat, I actually would just use an inexpensive piece of printer paper, which worked, but you just wasted that ink. It was just the way it was. Okay, and there's 2 little more delicate pieces on these little butterflies. So just be gentle as you go over them. I usually forget when I'm cleaning them, and that's when I kind of have to be careful so I don't pull on them. You can also use a little pixie spray on this if you prefer that look as well. I just prefer taping them down. All right. And then each layer is, we like to call it the magical reveal when we do our lives, because you get to see what's hiding behind. And I grab a microfiber cloth, and before I peel it off, I always just kind of clean the excess ink off, just so I don't have a bunch of ink on there that I'm getting on my desk or on my hands.
Right.
When I'm all done, we've discovered the best thing for cleaning these is just keep any spray bottle that you want with a little just drugstore rubbing alcohol. And in fact, here, I'll clean this one on here. This one's not that dirty because it's such a light color, but I'm going to move this and just show you really quickly. We just do a little spritz over the top, grab that microfiber cloth and wipe over it.
Voila.
And then turn over, and it cleans, especially like those reds that tend to kind of stain things. It does a beautiful job of cleaning them off. And I also love that the rubbing alcohol, it dries almost instantly. So if you wanted to clean between colors and do multiples, you don't have to worry about it still being wet and ruining something. So
true that.
All right. So there's that first one. I know that's a light color, so it probably doesn't show up and it doesn't look like much yet, but let's go ahead and build each of these layers up. I'm going to put stencil number 2 on next. And we're going to move on to the next shade here, which is Aquamarine. And as each color gets darker, I'm going to be a little more careful to have a softer touch, just so I get a smooth blend. They all blend really well. I love Pinkfresh inks for ink blending. They all come in these trios of 4 like this. So
Mm-hmm.
it's perfect for our layering stencils like this. We
Yes.
also have some layering stamps. I love that it just kind of takes the guesswork out of it. You just
Yes,
can
I
move right
agree.
through. And then one thing to keep in mind too, I know when I first started using them, when you're ink blending, it always looks a little darker at first than it is when it finishes. And it's because they're dye inks. So that's same as stamping or whatever. It's a natural
Mm-hmm.
property. It has to sink into the paper and dye the paper.
Mm-hmm.
So they're going to soften and smooth out a little bit too. So even when you first stamp, if you think, or ink blend and go, it looks a little blotchy, it's going to dry and smooth out, which is really encouraging because I know sometimes when you first start, you look and think, I'm doing everything I can. Why does it, look a little blotchy? It's
Right.
going to get better. So it's kind of good to know.
Yes.
Okay. So it's starting to kind of build up a little here now. You can see the color through the stencil with this.
Oh,
right.
Look at that.
Isn't that fun? All right.
It is so fun.
Let's move on to number 3. And again, these are super fun mixed together in different colors, but there's something just fun about monochromatic to me that I had to do that today. Okay. So Mermaid Cove is our next color.
Ooh, I like that color.
I know, it's a great dark aqua. I don't even know. This is one of my favorite color families. This and I'm branching out because we probably way too often reach for coral reef. If you've come to our lives, we always kind of get joked, teased about that. Oh, are you pulling out the coral reef again? Yes. So
you can't help what you love.
No, exactly. But we use the aquas a lot too. They make a great color for leaves on your flowers and greenery.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of an unexpected, not just your traditional green. Okay. All done with this one. So we're hitting the end. This one's only a 4-layer stencil. Some of them are 6.
Oh, my.
Some of them are 5. And there we go. Let me hold that up a little closer. There's still one more layer. That final detail we're going to put on.
It almost looks like a watercolor.
It kind of has like a no-line watercolor look. Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
Yes. And I'm gonna keep these ones. I'm gonna show you what they look like with the stamp over the top and also with the hot foil, but we're gonna die cut these ones out so you can see them with just the stenciling. And like I said, it kind of fills that no line coloring is hard. Some people can really do it. I have not been able to perfect it. So I love these because I feel like it lets me achieve that look and look like I'm talented enough to do it, but without having to have that skill.
Well, you're definitely talented, Heather. There's no doubt about that.
Well, and there's certain things, but like I said, that's one it's very time consuming. I admire the people who do it so well. And someday, maybe someday I'll learn how to do it, but okay. This is such a dark, deep, rich color. It's so fun. All right, last little bit down here.
You can kind of see it all coming together, even with the stencil still on it.
Yep. A lot of the colors you can't see through as well as this one, and I love that the blues show through like this so well. All right.
Here we go. Big drum roll.
Ta-da!
Wow.
Isn't
that is so beautiful.
All right. So let's line up that one-piece die, and we're going to die cut those. Then I'll pull out all the other options. How am I doing for time? We're good. We're almost done. Phew, we made it.
Yes, you're doing great.
I'm just kind of eyeing the time and thinking, okay, are we going to make it? All right. So all in one piece. Let me make sure that I've got all the different spots lined up there. Okay, grab my die cut machine again. Limited desk space. And then grab the handle that thought it would be a good idea to fall on the floor. There we go. All right. the way. All right. And unless you're doing a big slimline card or really piling the butterflies on, there's probably enough there for far more than just one card.
I agree.
So here's what these look like just with the stencil and the dies. I've got inky fingers. All right, and then let me pull out the other options. So if you're gonna do the hot foiled option, you wouldn't use those corner notches. You would do the hot foiling first, then you would go over and do your ink blending over the top so you can line them up. There's no way to line them up without doing that. So here is the hot foiled version of that.
So now say that one more time. Do you ink blend it first and then hot foil it?
No, on the hot foiling, because there's no way to see what you're doing with the hot foil plate. If you're going to hot foil, you'd hot foil first. And then instead of using the corner notches on the stencils, I wish I had another one hot foiled. I didn't think about that. But you would just line up your stencil,
gotcha,
on your piece of cardstock. So it would be hot foiled and you just lay it over and match
so
it
up. The ink doesn't dull the foiling?
No, nope.
Oh.
I did take it when I finished these. I mean, you can see on there the foiling.
Can
just
you
like
hold it a little bit closer to the camera?
Is that going to focus?
Yeah.
It doesn't like. Hopefully,
I see it. Yeah, I see it.
So a lot of times, what I'll do, just like an emboss resist, when I finish, I'll take just a clean, dry microfiber. But it really didn't make a huge difference. But I did just kind of buff over it just in case there was any ink sitting on top. But it seems to resist it really well. It has not peeled any of my foiling off. So it keeps it nice and beautiful. Okay, so there's the hot foiled version. Then we have the stamp version. Same thing, just with the detail of the stamp over the top.
Gotcha.
So again, a whole different look, all the same supplies. And on this, with the stamp, you can do it either way. When I did these, I actually, just like this, I stenciled, and then before I die cut, I lined up my stamp over the top and stamped it on. If you prefer, you can stamp first. The one note I would say is if you use a black ink, make sure you leave time for it to dry or heat set it so you don't smear. Our detail black is a hybrid ink, so it's beautiful and crisp and black, and it works for Copics and watercolors. But because it's hybrid, it takes a little time to dry.
Gotcha.
Another trick that Leah has done, if you want to stamp first, but you don't want to smudge your ink, stamp in a really light color, like a gray or a tan, and then line up and do all your ink blending, but leave that stamp in your MISTI. If you have it like a stamp positioner, you can leave it lined up, take your panel, stamp it the light, do all your stenciling, put it back in and stamp your detail black over the top. That way you don't risk smudging. So there's two different ways to do that. And then I'm going to show you one more fun thing. This is actually the first time I've actually done this. Did you know you can hot foil on acetate? The heat resistant acetate. Look at how pretty these are. I just feel like this is magical.
You could actually like maybe bend those a little bit at the center and then kind of glue that on top of your, just like that, and kind of give it a little bit of a dimension right there.
Absolutely. And it just kind of adds that detail with still the simple underneath. So you can kind of see that.
That's beautiful.
So you can use the stamp on its own, the stencil on its own, the hot foil on its own, and all of them paired with the stencil or not. So tons and tons. And these other three I did in just, maybe 10 minutes to do all of these, even the hot foiling. So many butterflies on there. So, all right. And it looks like we're in that last 5 minutes. So I am going to go ahead and swap the camera around. And if there's any last questions or anything you want to cover, and I think you had some giveaways to do.
I do. Let me switch my camera here. Oops. No, that's not what I want to do. I want to do this right here. Okay. So we're still seeing you and we're seeing me. And Heather, I have to show you this card that I made with some of the goodies that you guys sent me.
Oh, yeah.
See if I can cut to that. And then I always have to turn off my green screen. One of these days, I'm going to have my craft room nice and pretty and organized, and so then I can actually film without the green screen. But so this is the
beautiful.
card that I made. Yeah.
Beautiful.
And, I did actually do all the layers in reverse order.
Mm-hmm.
But I was like, oh, it still looks good. And then,
Yeah.
of course, I've used your rhinestones, which I absolutely love rhinestones. So
yes.
I don't know if you can kind of see that. But
yep.
Yeah.
See the sparkle.
Yep.
We love those too. I think we use those.
Yes. I use them in everything. I made this card. This was from Catherine Pooler's products, but I had to put your rhinestones on the card.
Yeah.
I just love them. Okay, so let's see here. We've got a giveaway pack that you guys have sent us. I think we gave one away yesterday, so we're going to give one out today, and then we'll do one probably tomorrow. So you guys, this is the Tree Trimming Friends stamp set and coordinating dies. Let's see if I can get that in there. And Heather, chime in if you've got any, any tips or anything about these particular products that you've sent us. And then we also have the holiday vibe word dies with the beautiful little halo die that goes with it. So
I'll just say that layering tree is one of our favorites in that stamp set.
Yes.
Lee and I have both done cards where we just rainbow order a row of trees. And so
that's exactly. I'm picturing that exact card and cards. I should say I've seen it on y'all's website, and that's the reason that I got this stamp set when it first came out. So
totally.
All right, so let's do a giveaway. All right. Okay. Let's see here. We're going to draw for a winner. Okay, let's see. Nope, that's who won last time. Let me draw another one. There we go. Oh, I see. Got to go to the next page. Okay. All right. Our winner is Debbie Green. Yeah, I just said her last name. Debbie, D-I-E-B-B-I. Last name starts with G and ends with an N. We are not really telling people's full names. I totally blurted that out. So sorry. Anyway, Debbie, if you're seeing this, don't worry. We will email you in a day or so, and you've got 3 days to email us back with your address, and then I'm going to send that over to Pinkfresh Studios, and they are going to get this package out to you. All right, Heather. Well, is there anything else coming up that you want to talk about? I think you guys may have an event coming up in October.
We do. We're still kind of nailing down the details, so I don't have exact info, but we are planning our own little weekend card retreat. So I'm sure there'll be info coming on that soon.
Yeah.
Our next. Oh, good.
Leah had given us a commercial for everybody to see on the videos, but I think there's a place for us to go and sign up for your newsletter, so folks can get information about that event when the details become live.
Exactly. That's the best way. And that is also how you get weekly reminders of Facebook and YouTube lives and the opportunity to join in those. We send reminders 15 minutes before. So if you're free, we love hanging out with you and chatting and spending time crafting together.
Great. Thank you so much, Heather. I appreciate you coming on, spending your time and showing us those layering stencils. Those butterflies were just so gorgeous.
We love them.
Yes, for sure. All right. Well, I'm going to say goodnight to you. And then we've got some other giveaways we got to get going on.
All right. Well, have a good evening, everyone. Thanks for joining us.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
All right, you guys. Wow, those butterflies were just so adorable, and I cannot wait to get my hands on those stencils and those dies. That's just, wow, incredible. All right, so I'm going to take this opportunity. We've got about 30 minutes left, so we are going to go through a lot of giveaways. But before I do that, I want to make sure that we I give you some updates about some information that you're going to be finding in your emails. So tomorrow I'm going to be sending an email with the daily schedule for all of the events. I'm going to reformat that email so it's a little bit more clear. So you understand that there's going to be basically 2 links in there for you to find information about the presentations. One link is going to be to the presentation page where the videos will be released at the specific date and time. Then the other link, and I'll clearly indicate it so there is no confusion this time, that it's going to be a link for you to download their worksheet. This is just so you can download their worksheet before their event starts if you want to write notes on it, or you want to make note of what you've got in your stash, and their supply list is going to be there and all of their step-by-step instructions. So it's a really handy resource to have. And I think this morning's email was a little bit fuzzy and not clear, and that was totally my fault. I completely wrote that email. And so I'm totally going to take the hit on that. Definitely going to reformat that email tonight and make sure that goes out tomorrow morning. It probably will fire about 8 o'clock in the morning, and it'll have all the links to all of the presentations that are going to be happening tomorrow. Now, tomorrow evening, we're going to have a Facebook Live right here, same place where you're watching right now with Catherine Pooler. And then I'm actually going to be doing a crafty session with you all. And I think we're going to be doing some alcohol ink lift techniques and creating Christmas cards that way. So I'm excited. It's going to be a lot of fun. All right, so let me just kind of hop over here into the comments and see if there's anything I need to address.
At the moment, but that virtual crop is one thing you wanted to talk about.
Okay. All right. Lori has reminded me about the virtual crop that we've got on Saturday. That's on the schedule. The virtual crop is open only to the VIP members. And I have put in the VIP All Access Pass, which is on, it's in my school online, which is on Teachable's platform. There's a section there. I think it's in actually the top section where the welcome and the summit library is. There's also a module there that will give you, it'll say virtual crop and then the date and the time. If you click on that, it's going to bring you to a page. And right there, there's going to be a big graphic that I need you to RSVP for the event, for that particular event. And the reason for that is because, like any great party, I need to know how many people are going to show up so I have enough chairs for everybody. So I'm doing my best to try to make sure that we've got enough room for everybody to hop on that who has purchased the VIP All Access Pass. So if you wouldn't mind, head into your VIP All Access Pass and go to that section and then click the link and then RSVP that you're coming to that particular event. All right. Now, that being said, you're still having issues logging into your Teachable, or you have no idea what I'm talking about. If you've purchased the VIP All Access Pass and you're unable to access it for whatever reason, please email us at support@stampmesomelove.com. Lori and I will be in that inbox this evening after I get done with the live, and we're going to be clearing up everybody's emails and making sure that everybody is on board for what we're going to be doing for the rest of the summit. So definitely send us an email if you're having any issues.
Can you clarify what the codes mean for VIP tickets? Like discount codes, what is that?
Okay. So Lori says that there's still confusion about codes. So if you have upgraded to the VIP All Access Pass, you get bonuses. There's different bonuses that were contributed to or contributed by the speakers themselves or the sponsors. Some of the sponsors have opted in to provide an exclusive VIP exclusive code just for VIP members that gives you exclusive discounts to their store. There's a couple that I'm thinking of right off the top of my head. I believe Catherine Pooler's got one in there. I think Pinkfresh Studio has one in there. Now they're probably, you have to look at the details because some of them are for specific products. I think Pinkfresh Studios is on their full-size ink pads. And then I believe Catherine Pooler is like, you save $5 when you spend $25, something like that. And then there's other folks like Amber Rain Davis. She's one of our speakers, but she has a promo code in there for her exclusive stamp set. So, and last time I talked to her, I think she only had a few of those left. So you might want to check out that. So you just go all the way down to the bottom where it'll say VIP All Access Bonuses. And then in that section, there's 2 pages. One's from the speakers and one's from the sponsors. And you'll find all of the information in there. There's courses, there's downloadable files, and there's just a lot of stuff in there, and just definitely check it out. So that's what the promo codes are that you might be hearing people talk about. It's exclusively to the VIP All Access Pass members. I will go ahead and put the link up. If you haven't grabbed your VIP All Access Pass and you want to, I'll just kind of briefly give you an overview of what that is. It's essentially all of the videos, all the presentations that the speakers have created and that, you know, are going live over the summit. They're being released. I keep saying live, and I think it's confusing people. It's the videos are going to be released on the schedule. And then it's all of those presentations all right there in one place. Each speaker has their own page within the VIP All Access Pass. So you can go to that speaker's page and see their video, pictures of the project, links to their supply list. You can download their worksheet. You can download the transcript. You can go to all of their social media handles. It's all right there. There's also a holiday card workbook included in the VIP All Access Pass, which I believe is almost 300 pages long. So that's a great resource there. I have contributed my craft room organization guide. That I normally sell on my website for $49. That's free in there. I also have a promo code for if anyone's purchasing any items from my physical store, which is at stampmesomelove-shop.com. So all of those types of special things are all exclusive to VIP members only, and you have to actually pay to get in there. Now, I have put the link scrolling at the bottom where you can grab your VIP All Access Pass if you want. Right now, we're having a special, a promo special for $79. At the end of the summit, that price will go up to $139. And we won't have that cart open indefinitely. We're actually going to close that cart next Wednesday. So definitely, if you're thinking about it, get it before the summit ends so you can get the $79 price. And then if you forget or you change your mind and you want it later, you'll have until Wednesday to get it at the full price. All right. Okay. We have any other questions we need to go over?
Don't believe so.
All right. Looks like we are all caught up. Okay, so we've done Pinkfreshes, we've done Taylor Expressions, we've done Pink Maine, and did we do Casual Fridays yet?
We do not have that on our list tonight.
Oh, well, we're gonna do it anyway. All right, so we're gonna do this giveaway. This is Casual. Oh, let me flip. This is Casual Friday stamp sets. Merry Christmas. And it is, for Lori's information, it's the 3x4 stamp. And it just says Merry Christmas on there. I love that font. It's and then it's got a little snowflake right there at the top of the eye. So that's really cute. So we've got some snowflakes there. Cute little sentiment. And we are going to give that away. All right. This is going to Rose. R-O-S-E. Last name starts with a D, ends with an N. All right. And then we're going to give away a couple more of these paper packs. This first paper pack is from My Colors. And these are the colors that or actually, this is the Classic and the Glimmer. I don't currently have these in our store, but we are looking to add these. These are about 80-pound weight in paper, and then some of these have the kind of shimmer shine to them, and they're kind of, I don't know if you can kind of see that little shimmer there. So this paper pack, we're going to do 2 of these, one right after another. Okay, so the first one that gets this paper pack is Lynn, L-Y-N-N-E, and last name starts with a G and ends with a T. All right, we're going to do one more of that. All right, this one is going to Laura, L-A-U-R-A. Last name starts with an A and ends with an N. So those are 2 paper packs that we've just given away. All right, now these are the papers that I have currently in my store at stampmesomelove.com stampmesomelove.com/shop. And I don't have all of the colors here, but we do have a good number of them. And the one cool thing about ordering paper from Stamp Me Some Love is that when you order a paper pack, I send you a swatch so you can see all the colors that we have in the store. And that makes it easier for you when you go to reorder so you know exactly what the color looks like. All right, we're going to do 2 of these. And the winner for this one is going to be Robin, R-O-B-I-N. Last name starts with a T and ends with a T. All right, and then we're going to do another one. All right, this one is going to go to Nancy. Nancy, N-A-N-C-Y. And then last name starts with an L and ends with a G. All right. So did we give 1 or 2 of these away already? 2. Okay. All right. So we've got some more stuff here. Okay. We're going to give away some Trinity stamps, packages, bundles. And oh my goodness, we've got a lot here. This one was really popular yesterday. It's going to be a different bundle. So it's not the same bundle that we gave yesterday. And so let's go through the stuff we've got here. So this is an A7 envelope builder. And there's some words there that says thinking of you. So that's kind of cool. And then we've got some jewels here. And again, we have these little containers that they come in, and these are just perfect because, oops, I love that color. What color is that? That is Aquamarine Ripple. And here we have some adorable little snowflakes, little clay snowflakes. And then we've got, looks like some blue sapphire, sparkling sapphire. Oops. All right, so that's that. Then we have, let's see here, we've got, oh, these are so cute. These are the reindeer. This is called Winter Friends, and some reindeers and a moose and a little penguin, big penguin, and some snowflakes. And then, of course, we have the coordinating dies that go with it. Trinity Stamps has been really nice to us this year. All right, so we've got I believe this is a layering stamp, and it is layering pine. Really pretty. We've got another layering stencil, and this is Slimline Snowfall. Nice. Oh, and who doesn't need one of these? This is an A7 modern embossing stack. So I'm assuming this is like little framelits to cut out different sizes, and when you're layering your card panels. Who doesn't need that? A7 size. Oh, and then we've got a die set. It's a Crypty. Woo, it's getting late. Scripty Holidays die set, and it says Happy Holidays, and then it's got the cute little bubble halo. So I know that there's going to be lots of folks out there that wants all of this, and thank you so much for Trinity Stamps for providing this really big bundle. And let's see here. Let's see. Lots of people are saying they want this set for sure, for sure. All right, let's do a drawing. Okay, looks like this one is going to Amy, A-M-Y. Last name starts with a D and ends with an S. So you have room on that one, Amy. I'm not sure how much that is worth, but it is a lot. Oh, and I thought I would show you, I think I showed this last night, that these little guys that that Trinity Stamps puts their gels in fits nicely. in this container here. So I got this on Amazon. And I think some people were asking me where I got it. So I got it from Amazon. And when I get off the live, I'll actually post a link to that product. So, all right. We're going to do another one from, this is from ThermoWeb. All right. Let's see here. So you get, in this one, you get one of the, these are flock sheets. And I did a card and actually posted that on my my blog a couple days ago. If you go to stampmesomelove.com and hit the blog link or scroll all the way down the mountain, you'll be able to see I did a card with the ruby red flock sheets, and then they've also given the emerald green, so it's really pretty. And so you use stencils and use the transfer gel duo. And with that, you can also use the stencil pal, and that kind of helps scrape the gel across your stencils. And you pull the stencil off, let it dry for a few hours, and then come back, and then you can put the flock sheet on top of that, and then run it through your laminator, and it will stick to it, and you just pull it off, and it's just perfect. One tip though, if you do anything with the transfer gel with your stencils, be sure to put them in a nice hot soapy bath right away, or clean it off just as soon as you get finished with it, because if this stuff dries on your stencil, it's going to ruin it. The other thing we get in this bundle is the double-sided foam adhesive, and you can use this to die cut and then put your foil on top of where the adhesive is and pull it back, and then you've got a die cutted foam shape that is foiled. It looks really pretty. They've also included their tape runner in this bundle. All right, so I think we gave one of these away yesterday, so we're going to give another one today. All right. I don't know if you guys can hear, but my dogs are going crazy outside. All right, so Jane is going to get this. Jane's last name starts with a V and it ends with an A. So Jane is going to get that. All right, and then I think we have one more. This one is from the folks over at Tombow. Oh, goodness. They have got us going on with all the adhesive. And you know, as a paper crafter, you always have to have lots of adhesive, definitely for sure. So we've got our glue tape, both of these. One is the Power Mini glue tape, and then we've got our regular permanent adhesive here. This extreme right here, I'm just going to tell you a little story. As you guys know, I used to be a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and Stampin' Up! Used to sell what they called fast fuse, and they discontinued it a few years ago, and I was so disappointed in it, or with it, because I really liked the extreme. The fast fuse when I had heavy cards, you know, that I was layering a lot of stuff, and they stopped selling it. Well, I discovered that Tombow was actually the manufacturer. And so it's actually fast fuse is essentially the extreme. So if you've got any people out there that are, you know, loved the fast fuse, go out and get the extreme from Tombow, and it's the same stuff. So it's a really good heavy duty permanent adhesive. You definitely don't want to use it if you need to have any wiggle room, because as soon as you lay it down, it's going to stick. And then the other thing they sent us was the alcohol-based markers that they have come out. And so I haven't tried these yet, so I'm really glad that they've sent them, but they're going to be an alternative to your Copic markers. So it's alcohol based, so it's going to blend really well. And this particular set that they gave us has, you know, a range in that blue color. So to kind of help with blending and knowing what colors for your light, mid, and darker tones. And then we also have the Aqua Mono Liquid Glue. So we're going to give away this bad boy. Let's see here. All right, this set of adhesives and the alcohol-based marker is going to Barbara. And Barbara is spelled B-A-R-B-A-R-A. Last name starts with a K and ends with an N. All right, I think that's all I have for today. Let's just, let's see here. All right, you guys, it is getting late. It is 8:52 my time, and I don't want to keep you guys on too much longer. I'm just going to wait just a second to see if we've got any last-minute questions about tomorrow's activities. Just going to check over in the comments here. All right, I think we are good. All right, you guys, it's been a long day, but it's been a great day. It's so great to see everybody coming in from all places of the world, coming together and learning lots of stuff. I mean, one could get overloaded. I'm sure lots of you guys have felt that today. And we're definitely going to try what we can do to improve this process throughout the summit. And then definitely, I'm going to be sending out a survey at the end of the summit. And I welcome all of your feedback. I know that a lot of you guys have been frustrated with all the tech issues that we've been having. I'm doing my very best to make sure that everybody's getting taken care of. So if you have any issues, please don't hesitate to contact us at support@stampmesomелove. All right, you guys, let me just ask Lori before we sign off if we have any questions that we need to address.
We do have a few more questions about virtual crop if we wanted to go over that.
Yes, let's talk about the virtual crop again.
So some people just don't know what a virtual crop is.
Oh, okay. Well, that's fair enough. So virtual crop is basically, it's a meeting on Zoom. So you either access it through your computer or your phone or your iPad. You will have to download Zoom in order to log on. And I will be sending everybody an email on all of that sometime tomorrow. I was kind of waiting to see what the RSVP numbers were going to come in before I do that, because I may have to do some switching around of the way it's going to be handled based on the number of responses that we have. But not to worry, I've got it all taken care of. I've talked to the folks over at Zoom, and we're definitely going to get it all worked out. So essentially, you're going to get a link to log into Zoom, and there'll be a meeting ID, and I think there may even be a password. And you log into Zoom when we're all going to be together. And I will tell you that we've had probably over 600 people RSVP so far. So it's going to be a lot of folks. We are going to break up into smaller groups, into meeting rooms. And that way we can all kind of craft together. And essentially, you know, we're just going to hang out and craft. That's essentially what it is. I'm going to be gathering all my stuff, you know, getting ready to make Christmas cards and just kind of hang out with you guys. And we're going to break up into smaller groups and get to know each other and just basically meet new crafty friends and maybe extend that relationship offline into Facebook or wherever you hang out with other folks doing crafty stuff. So that's essentially what a virtual crop is. Like I said, there's a place for you to RSVP in the VIP All Access Pass. You just go into that first little section. There's a little module there that says virtual crop. And then I think it says the date and the time. You click on that. It'll bring you to a bigger page. And there's a big old RSVP graphic right there. You just click on it and it'll bring you to your page to sign up. All I need to know is your name and your email address. And then it automatically tells me how many people have signed up. And so sometime tomorrow, I'll be emailing everybody out. You will need to download Zoom. So I want everybody to have an opportunity to do that before the event on Saturday. The virtual crop will be from 7 until 9. And it's very informal. I will probably do a short little intro in the beginning, and then we will break out into smaller groups and just craft. We may kind of come back together every once in a while throughout the 2 hours so we can kind of mix and mingle. I may even consider mixing the rooms up a little bit. So I'm still kind of percolating on how that's going to work. And as I'm seeing all the numbers come in, I need to have a better game plan. And so that's why I'm going to wait until tomorrow before I send that email out. All right. All right, Lori, got anything else?
Will it be recorded or do you have to be there?
It will not be recorded. There's nothing really to record. Folks are just coming in and crafting. There's not going to be any instruction. There's not going to be any LED demo. It's just an opportunity for folks to get together virtually over Zoom. Yep. All right. Awesome. All right, you guys. Well, I'm going to sign off for the evening. We'll see you bright and early tomorrow morning. Our first, let me see, who goes up first tomorrow at 10 o'clock? Do you know?
It's going to be Friday. Jerry Vandervelden.
Jerry Vandervelden, yes, she's going to be doing some mixed media cards with you guys. So definitely want to check that out. Excuse me. And if you need to find the schedule, what is that URL for that? It is Cardmaker Success Summit /schedule. That is your main hub to find where all of the events are going to be taking place during the summit. All right. Are we good? All right, you guys. Life happens. I comment. Stamp me some love. I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.